Stitches YouTube land. It's Peter and Cappy. I'm in front of the camera. Say hi, Peter.
Hi, everybody.
He's this like floating voice on these videos. But if you want to see Peter in person, watch our floss tubes. You'll see him in floss tube. Because they put that camera on a tripod. Because you guys sit still. We go around in here. It's kind of hard to get Peter in front of the camera out here, but he is here, and his talent and skills are much appreciated. So shout out to Peter. I'm out in the fabric department today, and it's kind of cool. I mean, it's in the mid-20s, I think, but the sun is shining. So winter's here, but it's sunny. We can make it work if it's just sunny. Hopefully it's nice wherever you are. I'm starting today with these quilts. This is a kit we got from Moda. It's called Things Above, and it's Fancy That Design House and Company is the designer on it. It's a 68 by 88 inch quilt, and it's so pretty. They're churches, and inside the square of the church are these really cool little like blocks that are pre-made in a panel that you can sew into it, or you could do something else in the block if you really wanted to. But this is so pretty. Stephanie Slawinski is the one that designed this, and it is the prettiest kit and has such a great colorway to it. This would be perfect hanging on a wall. There's your pattern, and here's what I love about the Moda kits. First of all, everything is right there. It's already pre-cut for me. I don't have to figure out how big of a piece do I need to buy. Everything's in it.
How much time do you think that saves coming to the fabric shop?
Yeah, you don't
having that cut already, not having to choose all your bolts of fabric, having to wait in line at the cutting counter, then having to decide how much you need cut of each piece. What do you think, Caps?
Just no longer than it took for you to say it. I mean, take that times 10, and that's at least how long it takes, because just to go through all that when you get a pattern and it's not in a kit, it does.
Oh, and I forgot the part I happened to read the pattern.
Yeah, you got to read the pattern to figure out, okay, how much. And of course, then there's that person who goes, well, I don't want to make it that size. But this will make the size that they say. And they're generous on fabric. So if you have a little mistake, you can make it.
How big does it make?
68 by 88. So that's a nice...
That's my size.
That's a nice lap quilt to put in your family room or your living room, or even hang on a wall. You can hang that on a wall, sure. And then so this is the dorkiness in me. What I'm excited about are these silly boxes. Moda does the best boxes for their kits.
I bet they have just one person, and all they do all day long is design boxes.
They absolutely do. They really do. I've been to her office. I've been there, and it is the coolest thing. She just designs, and their boxes are sturdy and solid. As a retailer, once a quarter-ish, it sometimes feels like more than that, but about once a quarter, we get our Moda, what we call Moda mail. And it's a box like this. It won't be this same one, but they make a specific box that has all the things they want to come show us when they meet with us and we order fabric and order all our notions and supplies. So these Moda boxes are gold. will keep them and put my projects in them and stuff like that, because they're pretty. I mean, they're just, even if you don't have the project, they're pretty boxes. So look, I love to see you can see all the things on the side. Really cool. So if you want one of these kits, they would ship easily. The price point on them is such that your shipping would be free if you're in the continental United States. So I would strongly suggest that. If you are like, okay, I love that, but I really kind of want to do it by myself, here's the pattern. You can buy the pattern. A lot of times with these kits, they don't allow you to buy the pattern separately. They only offer the pattern in the kit. So since they're offering the pattern separate, I think that's a great idea. The issue is you're not going to have the panel, because we don't have the panel separate yet. I'm not sure if we ordered this fabric or not. Kind of feels to me like maybe we just ordered the kits. Yeah. But I'm not 100%. But anyway, really, really fun fabric. I love this. I think lots of applications for this to use in your home. And then the next fabric we're going to look at is right around the corner. It's that Pambuda fabric. If you want to just spin around.
Oh, I love this fabric.
I know you do. You want to talk about it?
And I love that quilt kit too, of all the churches.
Yeah, I love this. But this, I have to kind of get a good giggle. Pambuda is Dawn's favorite. Dawn loves Pambuda stuff. And this is an Americana kind of.
The reds are not this bright on camera.
They're not?
No, it's brightening them real bright. See, look.
Oh, it is. They're looking kind of cherry.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix this whole lighting situation.
Yeah, because they're not.
Because
They're
they're
turkey
like
red.
they're like. What do you think, Cappy? Like
Turkey
that dark?
red. Yeah,
Is that better?
That's better. It's a turkey red. You know what they call about as a turkey red? It's kind of that turkey blood or barn red or.
It's more like that color right there.
Yeah.
Real dark.
Real dark. It's a real pretty. It's a beautiful shade.
I'm bringing you guys back in the light.
Okay.
There we go.
But this navy that's with it's stunning. I love this little patchwork that's the stars. Isn't that fun?
Oh, I didn't see that was patchwork.
Yeah, see the little lines between. Wouldn't that be fun to just make a quilt and use that for your...
How fun would that be to put in the center of like that Amish star?
Yeah.
Friendship star, what's it called?
Star. Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Ohio Star.
Ohio Star. Just
that's what I'm going for.
Cut those out
Ohio.
for your blocks. Yeah, I'm with you. So we've got these here. It does have a panel with it, which... Okay, we're gonna love this one too.
Did I not? I didn't look at this.
You didn't see the panel,
I didn't
did you?
open up any of the panels.
You got all excited. Looky there. Isn't that cool?
That's fun.
In the center of a quilt back for a Quilts of Valor. Wouldn't that be awesome? Or even just use it in the center of the front for Quilts of Valor.
You know, they really nailed it with this 80s quilt vibe on that USA.
80s quilt vibe. Listen to you.
Yeah, you know the Debbie Mom quilts? You know what I'm talking about?
I do. The scary part is I do know what you're talking about.
The scary part is, are you impressed that I know what
I am impressed
I
that you
might
know,
what I think I know what I'm talking about?
And then these are the buntings. It's called buntings. So there's your buntings. Now, because I see these two parts, I'm guaranteeing you there's a pattern, and I am not seeing it.
You think I'm smart enough to cut that up and use it as like a border and only have half the bunting going along the outside of the quilt?
Oh, I think you are. Yeah.
Because that's my vision right there.
Split that there and then sew them end to end.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool for a border. Beautiful. We're going to have to look. I have a suspicion we're missing a pattern on this one.
I think we're missing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I think we are too. We need to get that. But these are 8-yard bolts, which means they're going to sell fast.
They're gonna
we
sell
have done
out.
a couple fat quarter bundles out of them already for our staff. But if you want a fat quarter bundle, you better call and get it right away because it's going to be gone.
Operator standing by.
Operator standing by. Don't wait. Please don't wait. Don't wait.
And
don't
if you
wait.
order now.
Yeah, if you order now and you spend over $120, you get free shipping. I think that's what it is anyway. Okay, let's show you. I told y'all I was going to make a rag quilt.
What did you do?
I made a rag quilt.
Wait. I don't think the people are ready to really receive what awesomeness is that you made.
Oh, well.
Should we show them the fabric first and not the rag quilt?
Okay, we'll show them the fabric again. Because they've seen the fabric. But
I'm going to go around this way.
We are in love with this. I'm in love with this fabric.
I just can't. I love the way that quilt turned out.
Yeah, I do too. So this is the fabric. There's 32 SKUs. Now, there's 32 SKUs, but I didn't use one of the SKUs in my rag quilt.
You used my favorite fabric. Or you left my favorite fabric out.
Well, I like it, but I just didn't want it in my rag quilt. And it was my quilt, so I could do what I wanted. So here's the rag quilt out of this K Facets William Morris. K plus William Morris. So here she is. And this is, so the pattern for this is in Cappy's head. Which is a scary place. But
that's funny.
Yeah, the pattern for this is in my head. But here's the cool part. There's 3 YouTube videos on our YouTube channel that go over this process and how I think it through. So how I made this, I got a 1/3 of a yard cut. If you guys watched our What's New video last time, you saw the staff was cutting a 1/3 of a yard for me out of every single piece. That meant out of each block, each cut, I got 4 10-inch squares. And so that was more than enough to make this quilt. I actually have quite a few left. I could have made this bigger if I really wanted to, but this was the size I wanted it because I want to use it for a beach blanket, beach towel. And you can see it ragged great. A lot of times with rag quilts, people think you can only use homespun or fabric that will shred a little different from what this does, but this shreds just fine, and the more you wash it, the better it will be. I also did not put any batting between the layers. Traditionally in a rag quilt, you'll see them put batting between the layers. I didn't, because this is a summer weight quilt. So it's light. It's not heavy at all. If you've got a person in a southern climate and they just want a light throw, this is a great way to go. The other part is I made this literally in an afternoon. I mean, it was like I sat down with the fabric, cut all my squares. I used my Stripology ruler to cut those 10-inch squares, and I ended up with 1/3 of a yard, this nice little 2.5 to 3-inch strip off of every piece. So now I have, in essence, a jelly roll that is the 2.5-inch strips that were left over this, and I'm going to create something fun with that too. So be watching. Something else is coming from this fabric. But this just make my day, and I brought it in, and the staff said, no, we need to use it for a sample too. But the pattern is on our YouTube channel. So Peter's going to link those videos right below so you can go find them, because we have, I don't know, 450 videos now. It's kind of hard to search them and find them all. And so he'll link those 3 videos that I've done on how to make a rag quilt. And one of them I think I made 8-inch squares, and one of them I made 10-inch squares, and one of them I made, it's like, you can make it as big as you want, make your square as big as you want. I made these started at 10. When you rag them, they end up being 9-inch squares. So,
do you think you have any desire to teach it as a class, like an in-store class?
We absolutely could.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like down the road, maybe in the summer?
Yeah, summertime, because my schedule's pretty packed with classes. But yeah, summertime would be great, because this is a perfect summer quilt. I mean, it's just...
Well, that's if the people in the comment section, if there's enough interest, then Cappy might think about it.
Yeah, and for the online opportunities, just really go to our YouTube channel, and you can find... it there. This is the perfect beginner quilt. There are a couple tricks to making a rag quilt that you have to lock your stitches. This is kind of a magic trick, and I'm not doing it very well. So let me show you real quick something that will help you make a better rag quilt. So when you make a rag quilt, a lot of times, well, there's not a lot of times, the way that this one is done is you sew from here to here, diagonal. Let me find where you can see the fabric. There you go. Now you can see it. Diagonal. See how I've sewn there? And when I stitch, I lock that stitch at the beginning. And I make sure that I'm in right where I'm going to stitch again when I stitch the rows together. So this is like a 1/2 inch in is what it is. And I just make sure those stitches are locked, because if you don't, then when you rag this, it all comes undone. So I've made a lot of rag quilts over the years, and this is kind of the best technique I found. The good part is, see how that doesn't match exactly? You can't tell because of the way it rags. So it's really good for a beginner quilt, because if it's not exactly perfect, the mistakes are covered up. I mean, you don't see it. So those are a slam bam, you're done. If you've got lots of fabric you're trying to just kind of use up, this is a great way to do it, because it's easy and quick. And if you want to put the batting in, it just makes it a little heavier. It's not a wrong thing. So yeah, love this fabric. So the one I didn't use was this one, because it just didn't quite fit in my field. But I do have this.
It's almost like they're at the factory. They're like, hey Tony, we got 100,000 yards left over of this print down there. What should we do? Hey, we got a designer who just came out with a new line. Let's throw it in with that.
Yeah, it does feel a little out of skew. I think it'd be cool for like a border print on a quilt or something. But yeah, it is kind of that leftover stepchild. I'm like, where did this come from? But it works. We can make it work. Okay, so that's the rag quilt. Then I've talked about this star-studded block of the month 2 or 3 times. I've also talked about the Field and Furrows. Let's go.
Okay, you know what's funny about that is there's 2 other prints. There's 2 other prints in that with colors.
Yeah, that are lovely.
But they look lovely. There's that leaf print.
Right.
And there's that leaf print.
Right.
And then
there's the green and black.
Then there's that leaf print.
It's just, I don't know. You're right. It didn't fit in my mind. Okay.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Okay, well, good. We're in agreement. So this is the Field and Furrows block of the month, and we offered one similar to this a couple years ago, and it just sold out like crazy quick. This is another quilt that's 63 by 81, and the fabric is so lovely. The picture doesn't do it justice. So Julie, one of our staff members, is going to make the sample so y'all can see the fabric and see it done in a quilt. I think when you see it done, you'll be like, okay, wow, I need that. I need that. So anyway, that one's still available. And then we also have got the Star-Studded by Timeless Treasures Block of the Month. That one is just about sold out. So you're not going to be able to get that one. I'm going to write down to look for a pattern. Okay. Then let's head to the back, Peter, and let's go look at some chunky thread.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm back in the back towards our yarn department, and so this is the Lori Holt, what's called chunky thread. And it's interesting, if you've not worked with this, it's such a lovely, lovely weight. And when it came in, there was this big discussion, do we put it in the yarn department, do we put it in our embroidery department? And after going to the H&H retailer event in Chicago and meeting with Lori Holt there, we realized that it really needs to be on its own, because this is such a versatile item. It's a versatile fiber, and she's got it in every color. If you've seen anything Lori Holt's doing, you'll know that she's doing some really fun stuff with this. We've done you can do granny squares, you could certainly do a whole quilt or a garment out of it if you wanted to. We've also got a doily. There's a doily right here. Look at this doily. It's a chunky doily instead of a real lacy, like thread like doily. But I love this doily.
Do we still have the washcloth book that has all the patterns to make washcloths? Because this would be great for that.
Yeah.
To have really beautiful washcloths for your home.
Yeah, this is 100% cotton yarn, which makes it a really nice weight. And it's washable. It's just got a great twist to it. It's a nice dense yarn that will withstand kind of harsh use, I suppose, for better term. I don't know where this one came from, but here. So we just got 8 more colors, something like that in. We're trying to carry everything. If it is an option to get from her company, we either have it or we're getting it. So if you're looking for the Lori Holt chunky thread, and that's what she calls it, chunky thread. And I kind of challenged her a little bit. I'm like, why are you calling that chunky thread when it's really kind of like yarn? And she's like, well, I want people to think of it as thread, because you can use it for punch needle, you can use it for embroidery, you can do so many things with it besides just using it for knitting or crochet. So yeah, she has all these fun punch needle projects that use the fabric, use the thread. See, I want to call it yarn, but it's not. It is a chunky thread by definition. So if you're one of those Lori Holt fans, we'd love to be able to help you out with that. Don't hesitate to call our orders department. Deborah in orders can get you hooked up with that. We just had a lady who placed an online order. She wanted 100 pieces of DMC thread, and we did that for her, because I know sometimes it's hard to come in and get everything. It's easier to sit on the website and leisurely say, oh, I want this color, this color, this color, this color, and we can do that and ship it to you. Or actually, this lady came in and picked it up, which was perfect. We have a shop concierge, so to speak, that does the in-store shopping.
How do we get on Uber so people can just have the Uber come get it and take it to their house?
Well, that's what the
maybe that's in 2025.
Yeah.
We get on the Uber
the
or
Uber Eats.
What's the other one too? Will they go to the drugstore for you?
Yeah, I don't know. They're like personal shoppers kind of things.
Yeah, they go get your stuff.
Well, we sort of have that. I mean, Deborah will do that for you. You just call and tell her what you want.
Hey, we need Jeff on his days off to drive packages around the city of Noblesville.
As much as he loves doing handy quilter, I'm not sure if he'd want to be the delivery service for our company. But anyway, so that's the Lori Holt thread. Then we're going to step around the corner here, and I want to show you a little bit more about the Barocco knit along that's going on.
Instead of Grubhub, they need a craft hub. Where they go to the craft store, pick up your stuff, and then they'll drive it to you and drop it off at your sewing machine.
Okay, there it is, Peter.
Craft
There's your
hub.
retirement job, craft hub. That'd be kind of fun. Getting to go and buy everybody's stuff.
Yeah, we need one of those 20-year-olds. Okay, if you're watching, one of your grandkids, tell them one of your 20-year-old grandkids is to come up with Craft Hub, and then they'll become they'll be rich.
They'll be rich. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're wanting to do some crafts, here's a fun one. This is the Barocco Mystery Block Afghan. And this is a knit along that we're offering. These are the 2 blocks that you do in the month of January. So how this program works is you've got 18 skeins of yarn that are turned into a really lovely Afghan, but you don't know what your months are going to be. So this is kind of an abstract idea of what the finished Afghan will be, but you sign up on the Barocco website and they send you a pattern once a month to use Barocco vintage yarn and make a block. So we thought we'd want you to see the first two. So there's your first two. With 18 blocks and it going 12 months, obviously there's going to be 6 months. You're going to do a couple blocks instead of just one, but they're the easier blocks that you have too. It's attainable. We've got several people on staff doing this, and what we have here are they've selected some colorways and we've labeled them, and you can make a guess as to who you think picked which colorway if you know our staff. And we've got numbers assigned to the names of the staff members, and so you match the letter with the number and put it in the little bucket, and at the end of January we're going to draw a winner for a $25 gift card. So if you want to play along with that, slow the video down, pick out the letter that you want, and then these are the numbers of the staff. And you'll notice that Pam is on there twice because Pam was so excited about the yarn she couldn't pick just one colorway. So she picked one, and then she had to pick another. And the colorway I'm actually knitting with is here. So, and that same goes for Nancy and Janet and Deborah. We're all working with different colorways. So these are simply for inspiration. We have almost all the colors in vintage yarn that you can buy. It's an affordable yarn, it's a washable yarn. This is really a good project for you to get started in knitting if you want to learn the process.
Should we give them a quick reminder of what all the colors are we stock?
Oh my gosh, that list is really long.
No, I mean just an overview. In the yarn department, just a quick scan.
Yeah, we can take a picture and show them what's over there because there's tons. Okay. There's lots of choices and colors. I mean, this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, and you can go to our website under yarn and type in vintage, and you'll get all kinds of the yarn colors
There's 2 different weights that we carry. I think we carry vintage sock, vintage DK, and vintage worsted. This one uses vintage worsted.
Right, it is the worsted weight. Good point. There are different weights. But yeah, this is a fun project. Our staff is excited about it, and we've got a lot of customers playing along too. If you get the pattern and you're like, okay, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I can't figure it out, you can always come in to Janet's Knit Help on Fridays, and you can come in and have her help you with that particular pattern. And if for some reason you're jammed up and you can't get online to their site to get the pattern downloaded, we can get you that pattern as long as you buy the yarn from us. We have permission to do that, but you have to buy the yarn in order to get the pattern. That is the prerequisite, and we do have permission from the vendor to do that because they had over 7,000 people are doing this. Is that cool?
It's amazing.
That's a lot of people.
It's like the trend of 2025 for knitting and knit-alongs.
And they don't have it as a crochet option, so if you crochet, you may have to learn to knit. That's all I can tell you.
How's yours coming along?
Mine's good. I've got on the waffle one, I've got it about half done. So I'm trying to pace myself. It has to be done by this weekend, and then I'll start the next one. So 2 weeks.
So you'll have a block for us to see next week?
I should.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I got some time traveling this weekend, so I'm hoping in the car I can really knock out a bunch of it. So knitting's a great travel. Easy to do while you're driving. So, all right, we're going to have a seat over here for just a minute, and I'm going to talk about some classes so you can see what's coming. All right, we're resting our dogs, as Peter said. Standing around, walking around, it gets you. And these floors in here are concrete, so they kind of get to your knees after standing around and walking very much. The girls that work the floor work really hard. They are on their feet all day. So be nice to my staff when you come in because they deserve for everybody to be nice to them because they're working hard. Okay. What I want to talk to you about now is this book. This is a book with a pattern series designed by Sarah Maxwell, and I'm actually teaching this in the store as a class. However, you wouldn't have to take it in the store class because what we've done is each month they do a different quilt. So this was the first month quilt. And you get 2 colorways to choose from. So what's really cool is not only do you get the patterns for 6 quilts in here, but we offer kits that you can buy already put together to make this specific pattern. So that colorway or this colorway, you can choose whichever one you want. I'm doing this over 6 months, so we've got an in-store class if you want to come in, and it is actually sit down with your sewing machine and sew. It's on a Saturday, and I think it's usually the third Saturday of the month. And you can bring your sewing machine and sit down with me, and I will help you learn to make this quilt. And they're quilts in the sense that you learn to make the blocks, but they're very small. So here's one. This one is Glisten, which is the second month. You can see right there how little this is. And the reason it's so small is we're learning the technique. Now, once you learn the technique, you could certainly make 4 of these and make the quilt bigger if you wanted to. But the idea is that we're learning techniques each time in the class.
Those colors are stunning.
Isn't it bright? I love
Just
the colors.
stunning.
And that's the fun part. So that's the kit in this colorway, but there's also a neutral colorway. So we have different options. And when you look at the online class, you can figure out which one you want. You'll have to have the book to make the kits. And then look at this one. This one I just got finished.
That is stunning.
We haven't even got it quilted yet. Isn't that pretty?
I don't know who this Sarah Maxwell is, but man, she's got an eye for color.
She's a sharp color. Yeah, she has a sharp color. And then we were laughing. I have to show you. Let me find one that looks really pretty. Here you go. So this is the double top secret part that everybody loves in their quilt. When I finish a quilt, and when it has where all these pinwheels come together and I can spin that open, that is to me like the treasure in the quilt. That's the little pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because that tells me I've put that point together and it's come out right, and it's nice and flat, so my long arm quilter is very happy. Now, not every one of them looks that perfect, I will tell you, and that one isn't even perfect, really. But I just love that. I love that in the back of my quilt on pinwheels, I can pretty much bet there's a little spin in the back of that, and nobody knows that but me, but it makes me feel good. If you don't know how to do that, come take the class. I'll teach you how. But anyway, this is the quilts. Even if you don't come to the class, it's worth buying the book and getting the kits each month as we get them cut. So that's an opportunity.
I think I'll buy the book because I like that pattern. I like both those patterns. I like both those colorways. I want the block recipe so I can make it into a full quilt. You know what I mean? Like, just do the math and convert the pattern to a larger quilt.
Right. Well, that's what makes it easy.
Throw on some borders.
Is the way the blocks are, you just would make more blocks.
Yes.
I mean, it's not it would not be a hard quilt.
But
to
I
make
love her
bigger.
fabric, though. I love her fabric and her colors, because that's her fabric, right?
Well, no, this is from Andover. These are
The company that she works for?
the company that she works with. Yeah, it's by Lib Elliott. Is Glaze is one fabric line, and then the other one is called Little Gems or Latte, and that's an Andover company.
Got it.
So,
I love that Andover fabric.
right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is the next one I get to make, is this Twinkle.
What do you get to make?
This one's next.
Look at how it looks like it's the blocks are pointing out towards the corners.
Yeah. I'm anxious to make this one.
That's wild.
This will be a fun one to make. So, and I've been doing this bright colorway. I'm going to go back to this colorway, the lighter, more neutral colorway. So, anyway, this is a fun book. I highly recommend it. Great techniques. You're going to want a stripology ruler if you do decide to make this, because it's really a helpful thing to have along with it. So, and then I'm going to have to tell you, our classes are we've got 2 or 3 that are back. Mary Bouvier, if y'all remember, Mary Bouvier taught some beautiful free motion quilting classes and how to do fabric painting and things like that. Those classes are back up and live, so you want to check into the Mary Bouvier classes if you're looking on how to do free motion quilting or fabric painting. And she offers those in January, February, and March, and those are all live on our website as of today. And then needle felting. Jessica does an amazing needle felting class if you're looking for needle felting. I mean, I love the diversity. We've got the knitting, we've got the needle felting, we've got fabric painting. So that's a really cool class if you want to look at how to do needle felting, which is I was so funny. I was shopping over the weekend and there was a sweater that had been needle felted, and I almost bought it, but it was a ridiculous amount of money. So this is something you could do and not have to pay for somebody else to do it, buy it already done. So I love that needle felting. And then the long arm rental. Here's the big news in long arm rental. We've added Saturdays. So some of you were like, oh, I'd love to rent the long arm machine, but I can't come on a Monday, Tuesday. We have one Saturday a month, January, February, March, that you can sign up on a Saturday. Now, it's a one-person deal, so it's going to go fast, but if you're looking for a Saturday, we can hook you up. If there's not a date on a Saturday that works, you can still contact Long Arm Services at alwaysinstitches1.com and get what you need. So that's the one. And then knitting. Holy moly. We've got a boot camp class.
Is there a limit? Is there a limit on that Saturday? So that way, everybody gets an opportunity to come in on a Saturday?
I mean-
Like, is there a limit on the number of Saturdays that you can
Yes.
reserve on a month?
Yes.
Because, you know, the Saturdays are so rare. We want as many people to be able to have the opportunity to quilt their quilts on Saturday, and not have to worry if, you know, maybe one person booked a whole month's worth of Saturdays.
Well, there's only one Saturday a month that's open because of scheduling. It has
Got
to do
it.
with staffing.
Got it.
So we've got one Saturday a month that we can get you in, if you want to pick that one. And then if we see those Saturdays selling out, we'll see what we can do to work around it, make it happen. Okay, we saw the Sparkle Society samples, sleep at home stitch in. We've still got some openings in that. That's the 2-day event. That's Friday, Saturday. It includes 4 meals, breakfast.
I'm coming just for the food.
I know you would.
I'm gonna buy it and then just drive, eat, and go back home.
There you go. It'll be really good food. I just worked
God, I
with
love that
Banters to
food.
get the menu set up. So that'll be a Friday with dinner and lunch and dinner included, and Saturday with lunch and dinner included, but on no breakfast either day. So
You know how much time I would lose out of my life if I had to come to a retreat and then leave to go figure out, okay, where am I going to go eat? Where's it at? How do you get there? Are they open? You get there, they're not open, they're closed. And then you got to figure out what to order. Well, that you just wasted like 1
Yeah.
to 2 hours.
it's like buying a kit. It's already
What,
done.
1 to 2 hours twice? So that's
Yes.
maybe like
4
that's
times.
like 3 or 4 hours in a day or more that you wasted from quilting when the food is served right to you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Instead of silver platter, we got silver plasticware.
There you go, silver plasticware. I think it's actually clear, but that's okay.
Yeah,
but
clear.
yeah, it is
I
nice.
like that you guys think of that. You know, it's the small details.
And it's really good food. That's the other part. Banter's, it really makes good food. The little guy over there that does the primary cooking, he takes it very seriously. So
Okay, it has my stamp of approval. Do you know why?
why?
You know what my wife says?
What?
My wife says, I don't like something unless I go back for seconds.
That's true.
And the Banter's food, I always go back for seconds.
Yes, they have a great meal. So that's the 2-day sleep at home, but you do get your meals here. Other than breakfast. You're on your own for breakfast. And then President's Day, which is in February, is a stitch retreat. And it's just 1 day. And it's only $15. It doesn't include meals. But you're only here for the 1 day. So what we figure you're going to do is bring a sack lunch or something and you can eat on your way home. Because it's, I think, from 10 to 4. It's not not as long of a day.
Couple-
but if you have...
Couple Mountain Dews and Red Bulls and you're good to go.
Good to go, yeah.
You don't even need to eat.
A pack of cheese crackers, man. You're on your way. But yeah, President's Day retreat is going to be fun, and it's really you just get a table with, and that's it. We're not going to have a whole lot going on that day as far as food and stuff like that. It's just show up, be uninterrupted stitching time where you can turn your phone off and have plenty of room and be with other crafters. So that one's a fun one, and it's inexpensive as well. So the knitting thing, we got boot camp going, which is learn how to knit would be perfect. There's 4 sessions in February. There's 4 sessions in March. They're 2 different events if you want to sign up for boot camp. And then she's doing socks. Now Peter is a big sock knitter. He only wears his knitted socks, except the one thermals that he wears. But
Yeah, I got them on. The ones that are made in the USA.
yeah,
Right
That are-
here. Look at that thick woolly goodness.
yeah.
Oh, I love these. I live in them.
But if you don't have those and you want to knit your own, Janet's teaching a beginning knitting class. So
Hi,
for
Pam.
socks. I'm trying not to be in the video. Oh, she's hiding. You guys can come around here. It's okay.
I got you anyway.
He
Aren't
gotcha.
you glad?
We don't have it.
What are you looking
White.
for?
No, didn't know if we had this in another color.
Oh,
We don't, so.
no.
Is that book cloth?
Weaver's cloth.
Weaver's cloth. Oh wait, there isn't another color.
Great.
It's in that package. Does she have the prepackaged Lori Holt?
Yeah, but this is cheaper.
Oh, well,
Well,
probably, but
you
it's not
know.
Lori Holt. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Save $7.
Exactly. Always looking for the best bargain.
but is the other piece bigger though? I think it's bigger.
Is it bigger?
Probably.
Might be. Yeah.
Because this
bigger
is
than a
one
yard.
width and the other's a different width, wider or something.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, see, you gotta look at all those little
Yeah.
details. It makes a difference.
You gotta do the math, man.
Gotta do the math. You gotta do the math.
Do the
All right.
math.
Knitting. We talked about thread. We talked about it's kind of short and sweet. This time of year.
I
is a
thought of
little quiet.
something.
What?
I'm gonna FIB all February.
No, you're not. not.
February.
The February.
You mean
You are.
I mean February.
February, yeah. So there's another event. This is something we're just
Are we allowed to talk
participating.
about this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that reminds me of another event. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening. So February, which they replaced FEB with FIB. Which
Yeah, that's why I'm going to
saying
fib all
fib.
February.
The idea is it's February, so it's fiber. And it starts February 1st at an event at the Forest Park here in town where they're having a big kind of like festival thing where there's going to be fiber artists and food trucks and knitting and crochet and all kinds of weaving and spinning and things like that. So that's going to be really cool. And then the other thing that happens after that is a shop hop. So you can go to all these different shops. I think there's 15 in the central part, maybe 12 or 15 shops that have yarn or other fibers, spinners, weavers, things like that, that you can go and do like a shop hop. So that's the February event, and it goes the 1st through the 15th of February. And then to the end of March, the 23rd through the 27th, I think in there, is the Indiana Quilters Trail Shop Hop, which I just finished the quilt for that we're going to be offering as a kit. The shops, you go to each shop and pick up a portion of the kit, and then when you put them all together, you make the whole quilt. And I just got that quilt done, and it's at Jessica's getting it quilted, so that's going to be fun to see how that turns out. And you don't want to miss that. We'll sell passports for that. Same thing. You go to different shops and you get your passport stamped, and you're entered to win prizes. It only runs 4 days though, and I think there's 6 shops, so it's very doable in that period of time. And we'll have some people get it done the same day. It's crazy how fast they go. And then the big event in Indiana this year is May 1st through the end of June is the All Indiana Quilt Shop Hop. And I don't think I have it, but if you know anything about those, they have a block that you get for free from each shop that you stop
block.
in. And so we've got those on order. They're really, really cute. Peter was quite taken with it. He's got some special things he's doing in the background with that. So that'll be fun to see when he gets that done. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you wait. But that's coming. So if you're wanting things to do, it may feel kind of quiet now. This is a good time to like get caught up on your stitching, because February, March both have things going on, and by the time you get through April, May, you'll be really fast behind it, ready to hit the bricks running for that big All Indiana Shop Hop. I think there's 55 shops in it if you did the whole state. You don't have to. It's sorted out by region. So, but if you want to do the whole state, there's 55 shops.
I mean, that's doable.
Oh, you could. In 2 months.
Right.
Absolutely. You could
In
do
2
it.
months?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's totally doable. How
It
fun
is.
would that be?
It'd be a road trip. I mean, just take May and June off and just go to
my
quilt shops.
God.
Wouldn't that be fun?
What if just take 2 months off
And just travel.
and travel and spend the night in the bougie hotels,
Yeah. Oh,
sipping
yeah.
champagne, and take your sewing machine and sew the night away?
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Well, they have them sorted by region, so you could just like do this region that week and that region another week. I mean, you could definitely do it in 2 months.
And you just have the concierge just ship your sewing
Exactly.
machine to the next place you're staying.
That's right.
You don't even
Sew
have to
your way
carry
in.
it.
I love the way you think, Peter. That's awesome. Well, I've got through my list, which it was pretty extensive.
Do we run out of things to talk about?
No, but here comes Paige. She's going to try not to be in the video again.
Photobomb.
She's peeking around the corner. She's trying to figure out, where do I go and how fast can I run?
Here she goes.
Here she goes. Wait, there'll be a zip right by. Vroom, there she goes. She is one of our most capable employees, and she is the shyest little person in the world. Oh, she's so cute. All right, well, thanks a bunch for watching us. I hope that you're having a wonderful stitchy day wherever you are, and that if you do get to come in and visit with us, please say, hey, I want to say hi to everybody. Peter and I are a lot of times in the back, so you got to drag us out front. But we just love that you're on our station and that you're watching us. Please like and share and follow and subscribe and do all those things so when we do post videos, you can see them. And if there's not content that you've seen that you like, if there's something else you want us to talk about, let me
Then
know.
turn the channel.
Just shut it off. If you don't like it, don't watch. Well, that's true. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't be critical.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
Cappy? It sounds like you're gonna.
I was going to try to be nice. Yeah, we're trying to be the nice store. And we have to try sometimes. No.
That's what I say. If you don't like what you're hearing, just turn it off.
Just turn it off. Yeah.
You know, in the
there is some
in the
fact to that.
ham radio, they say if you don't like what somebody's saying, you can just turn the frequency.
Yeah.
You
If
know
you-
how many times I've turned the frequency?
If y'all are ham radio operators,
Change the frequency, I
Peter
mean.
has developed a new passion in ham radio.
Done dove down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and so we find out when he comes back. Now, what countries did you talk to last week?
Chile and Cuba.
Cuba. So if you take off for Cuba and become
I
a
could
con-
not get a hold of the Orkney Islands. I was so mad.
Okay, well,
I tried and I tried for 30 minutes.
If you guys in the Orkney Islands are watching and somebody have a broadband radio, whatever it is. No, that's not right. What is it?
Ham radio.
Ham radio. That's it. If you have a ham radio and you're in those islands, and would you like look up Peter because he wants to talk to you, so he can get
It's
more.
not. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay.
If somebody is in Scotland on the islands and they're calling, then I mean everybody wants to talk to
Everybody-
them.
'cause-
So
oh,
you
'cause
have
they're
to get
hot.
through the pile up.
Ah,
yeah,
it's a
because
traffic jam.
it's a country you need. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Well, anyway, if y'all are got a ham radio person, find Peter because he's trying to get all these little boxes checked. So, anyway, we digress as usual. But thanks for watching. Hope you're having fun wherever you are. If you can't catch us on YouTube, catch Peter on ham radio. And have a great stitchy day wherever you are. Bye.